Hey guys, what's up? This is April. If you could just bear with me, I'm really trying hard to walk in obedience here lately. So I've found myself in the belly of a well here lately, and I just kind of wanted to share this with everybody. I was kind of like Jonah. God called me, and I was like, "Yes, Lord, yes." Like someone as we get enthusiastic, we're like, "Yes, Lord, I'll serve." Yeah, I know, I got you, God. And I thought that maybe, okay, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. And for so long, I kept wanting to, start these ministries, and things weren't happening. Nothing was happening. Nothing was going on. And then finally, when things started to unveil what it was that God, his plan for me, I was like, okay, God, I got it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that done. I'll get that done. And at first it was just like, well, maybe I need to work on me first. Let me work on me. Let me get myself together a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more studying, a little bit more knowledge. And I got so caught up in me. I got so caught up in me. And I had to realize this isn't my will. This is God's will. So it's God's will. So he knows what he needs from me. He already sees it in me. He's going to guide me. But I just stood still. And so my family found ourselves like in a little bit of storm wave for like a good month and a half, almost 2 months. And I was just making a comment to my husband one day. I was just playing around. I was like, you know what? I think I'm Jonah. And he's like, if that's the case, then we're going to throw you off the boat. And even though we were just playing, I really thought about that. And I was like, you know what? This is, I really think this is like God calling me, like kind of with Jonah. He had to put Jonah in a tough spot to fully acknowledge him, to understand, God, not my will, but your will. And so many of us, we find ourselves in the belly of a well, or, sometimes you find yourself, on the boat, shaking waves, and people are trying to figure out, like, is this me or is this you? And we get so caught up sometimes in what we're doing. We're like, well, I'm not, maybe it's because I'm doing this, or maybe because I'm doing that. Well, people, maybe it's sometimes because you're not doing nothing. You're not doing anything. Think about it. When you were a kid, how many times did you get in trouble because you didn't do what your parents told you to do? A lot. And they'd be like, well, it's because I told you to do something, you didn't do it. And you'd be like, well, why do I have to do that? And what was the favorite phrase? I ain't got to tell you why. You're going to do it because I said you're going to do it. And that's what it is with God. We want to know why, or we don't want to do it. And God's like, first of all, I don't have to tell you why, because I'm sovereign. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I told you so. I told you to do it. And if you're not doing it, consequences do happen because you're being disobedient. When I was a kid, my father, he used to always tell me, like, Mija, when you get older, you're going to be so grateful for what I told you. You're going to say, I'm so glad my daddy told me so, or my daddy told me to do this. And as I got older, I literally had to tell him, I said, Dad, I'm so grateful you told me, because I get it now. I understand it now. And that's how it is going to be with God. You may not understand it now. Jonah was just like Ninevites. Out of everybody, why the Ninevites? Why in the world would you want them? Why would you want me to warn them? Why in the world do they earn or deserve your forgiveness? And God's just like, in a nutshell, because I'm telling you to go. Because I'm telling you to go. And sometimes, we might be resentful, to do something. It might even be that you have to go and help somebody that you really don't want to help. That happens sometimes, but God, this is God's will. This is God's work. And he takes his work very seriously because he takes us very seriously. We are his people. We are his children, and he cares for his children just like I care for my children, just like I love my children. And I want to see every single one of my children, whether they're behaving or misbehaving, succeed in life, to do well, to know that they're loved. And that's how it is for God. And so when we're not doing his work, when we're not going where he's telling us to go, we are causing a hindrance. We're preventing somebody from receiving God's work, from receiving the understanding of God's love. And so don't do that. Don't do that. So if you find yourself caught up in the belly of a well, maybe reevaluate your life right now. You know what it is God has called. You know, we're so quick to say yes, you know, when we think we're going to go this direction. But as soon as we find out that you're supposed to go left instead of right, we want to pause. We want to stop. So please pray for me. Pray that I continue to follow God's will, that there's no hindrance or no hesitation from me or whatsoever. And I'll see y'all later. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous about this. So God bless everybody and take care.